Okay, so what are you ladies expecting to see on the Sparkle Experience show?
What are we expecting to see?
Yes.
A sparkle experience. What are you
Uh,
expecting to deliver?
Beautiful experiences. And here we have Eric joining us. Hey, Eric, nice to see you. Welcome to the Sparkle Experience show. We are all excited for your appearance here today.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh,
So, Eric,
yes.
I had the pleasure of meeting Eric, how 2014 was it? Or it was
Uh,
in Dr. Camus, his Delete Stress and Pain workshop in San Diego, it was, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then Eric was actually one of the master trainers for Dr. Camus.
yeah. Well, me and Vivian Russ used to run his business. Like we did all the legwork. Like we would travel ahead to the town wherever we're gonna do like a seminar and set up the workshop, visit the people in the community, and especially the martial arts community, right? And get them to come out to the demo, and then from there we build up, the audience for the workshop.
That was a really good workshop.
Yeah,
And then after that, by accident, I pressed his name on Clubhouse, trying to get into Clubhouse. And that's how we got connected after that. And then we've been involved in the Jamaica Yes fundraising, and then we went into doing bank together.
yes.
So Catherine is also in bank. So
Nice.
yeah. So what I was interested in when you started out with the cocktail movie in the opening scene, how did that happen? Was it something that you expected?
No, actually, there was this lady that we knew who had some connection within the industry as far as movies are concerned, and she kind of just called us up because she was aware of our presence, as far as musicians and entertainers, so to speak. Because my band at the time was Messenger. We were like the premier reggae band in Toronto at the time, and we were selected to be the backing band for this artist called Leroy Gibbons. He had this song called "This Magic Moment." So everything just kind of came together like that. We did more than just that one song, because there was another song, but I guess it didn't pass the editor.
Right.
But we got paid, so it was all good.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
but yeah, Tom Cruise was cool. I find him to be very down to earth, and just love his work and people.
Very nice. So one of the things with this show is I've wanted for years to bring sparkle to the common knowledge out there, because sparkle, I think, is very powerful, and I don't know what made me have this special gift, as I like to think of it, because it's not me, it's someone up there who is doing this. It's when I work, I don't know what is actually happening with the person. I have to ask my clients, so what are you noticing? And the thing is, if it were me, I'd know exactly what was happening. So there's a power above, God, creator, universe, whatever you want to call that, spirit, who is working to help whoever it is that I'm working on. And the nice thing about Sparkle is it happens not just on a one-on-one basis, it happens on a one-to-many. So if you're in the space, if you're viewing this show right now, it's quite possible that you'll get sparkle through the others, because I've witnessed this, I've observed this many times, where even in person in a big room with hundreds of people, or smaller room, or distributed, Toronto, Montreal, Jamaica, all on the same phone call or a Zoom call as we are here now. And everybody experiences and gets their own sparkle in their own special way. And it's pretty fascinating to me. And I've been studying it because I ask questions, what are you noticing now? What's different? What's the same? And sometimes, just to let everyone off the hook, it does not have to be that you are a believer or that you think anything is going to work or you have to do anything. It is a matter of just allowing, of being open. And even skeptics get results in my experience working with people and on people. Over the mile, sometimes it's even more powerful than in person because there's not that, reluctance or that energy of how do I want to say it? It seems to be less intense, in a sense, because you're not really in the present, so it's easier to kind of take in. So today, this is the inaugural launch of the Sparkle Experience show. And I'm planning to have it maybe once a month to start as I get more people, because it all depends on who is coming on to share. And what the program is going to be is an introduction to share the Sparkle experience that you've had. Everybody who comes on the show as a guest will have had Sparkle, and it's an opportunity to share what is surprising, what the ahas are. And then from there is to get sparkled after the share, you're right?
It
And
sparkled again.
get sparkled again. And the invitation is for anybody in the audience who has something that is not covered by your intention that you can share or not share in detail. They can come up on stage and be spotlighted on stage. And as I work, we'll then share what the experience is. That I reserve and ask that whoever comes on stage for the Sparkle comes on again on the show to share what that interim, and if they notice any of the shifts in between the Sparkle and the next show, so to speak. Because everything happens as it's supposed to happen. There's no time that it has to happen in. It could be immediate. It could be the next day. It could be the next week. It could be the next few months, right, over a course of time. So that's the exciting thing about Sparkle.
Well, as we say, everything is divine and on time. You know what I mean? You don't get no better than that.
I kind of mentioned that you have your own healing modality.
Yeah, what I do is called basically one cell energetics, and it's a combination of UN method and also Dr. Sifu Raghubati from Malaysia, as far as psychic abilities and stuff like that. I'm a big reader, like Krishnamurti, Wayne Dyer, you know what I mean? Anybody who has good information, I utilize that.
Right. What is it that you would like Sparkle intention, as I call it, for today? What is it that you would really like to be sparkled in your space today?
Being totally present, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of moving parts happening right now.
So the thing with it is the moving parts. Is there any feelings of things being hard or not clear? What is in that feeling of the moving parts? Because what it is I'm trying to do is for the audience is to also to identify in our viewers, what it is that they may have going on in their life that might be something that they never thought they could hold an intention to get help and support with. And so that's why I'm asking these questions, because we've had discussions about how healing works, the energy work, and the fact that it's an abundant universe. And just because you do healing work, I do healing work, there's other people who do healing work. There's enough people out there to help everyone, and there's enough customers to help for all the healers, because when we work with people, it's who goes to who, it's who resonates with which person, right?
Definitely. On that note, my whole thing is that if we don't resonate and vibrate together, and we're not a good fit. I think you should find somebody else. You know, I don't want to waste your time, and you shouldn't waste mine. We're about the work and the results. You know, because not everybody is really honest and upfront about what they really want. I mean, I've been in the middle of doing a correction, and the person says, "Stop, stop, stop! I don't want to do this any longer." And I'm like, "Hey, it's all good, man. Have a nice day." You know, you move on to somebody else, and they're ready and open and willing to make the change. You know, so that's how it is. Some people are just comfortable staying within the comfort zone. You know, which if they understand the truth about what the comfort zone really is, you can't really expand, right? Staying within the comfort zone, because everything inside there is limited. You know, the only way you expand is step into the unknown, to where your fear is. You know what I mean? And then expand. But you can't expand from just being in that middle there, just sitting there, and everything is hunky dory, so to speak. But you're still complaining and you're still bitching about your situation, you know?
Yeah, so the thing is that there's all different ways of helping yourself there, and one of the things I like to share with my clients is that awareness of self, right? If you have that, then it allows you to notice and then to make a decision to be open to shifting, to be open to change. And is Fizzy here yet, Catherine? No? Okay, because if anybody else here, if Margaret, Catherine, Pam, if you have any things you'd like as an intention, you can put it out there, and then we'll get doing the sparkle.
Yes, yes. A lot of times, though, people get caught up. It's like there's two places you can be. You know, either you're in your head or you're in your heart. You know, and sometimes the reality. Let me just say this: like, if you're not present 100%, you're not gonna get 100%. You know, like for instance, let's say if I'm working on someone, right, and they have a lot of trauma in the body, I can bet you any money, and I'm not even guessing, if anyone who does energy work can check this out. Because of the trauma, that person is absolutely not present 100% in their body. You know what I mean? Because what happened is that when we talk about our pain going away, you're also sending away the body part where the pain exists. Unconsciously, unaware. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I find that you have to get a magnet and figure out where that body part is. Like this guy, I said he had a knee problem and he was limping and he's in pain and he's been like that for like almost a year and a half. And when I said to him, I say, bro, it's like you're not there 100%. Your knee's not even there. It's physically there because you can feel it and touch it, but you know, it's not really there. And then you have to like set up the gauze. You can test and see how strong it should be and pull it back. And the moment it comes back, he has no pain. He's moving around and he's freaking out and he can't believe it. It's like, what just happened kind of thing, you know? Just like when you sparkle, you know, people get clarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an understanding. It's an expansion, basically. You know, you see whatever your situation is, you have more solution or more angles to approach it from.
That's so true. Is there anyone who wants to? Yeah, Catherine, what would you like to put up there?
Eric's, thank you for sharing that. Michele, I wanted to let you know, yes, Fizzy has been in the waiting room.
There's no waiting room.
It's okay.
In the meantime, I'd like to put health and well-being on the table for an intention.
Nice.
I'm dealing with a health issue and I would very much like to be done with it. I want to be healthy wise.
Yes.
Okay, Margaret, anything for you? Clarity, energy. No, it's like Christmas, okay? So we can put it out there and see what happens.
So what it is that it is like observing and then taking it in. The sparkle is to help me, hopefully, to become better, energetic. That's what I'm looking at. That's like I love the people that shows up to do the show, and then so when they did the show, they brings energy, and the energy is going to give you a new perspective. We all need energy, and for energy, if we can expand our energy, we can get better. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, wonderful. So, ready to get started? Yes? Okay, so we're gonna just get connected to source and just allow the energy to come down from the heavens and just circulate. Okay? And then what I'd like you to do is
Sent you a link.
breathe in
Different
and
link, I
release
believe. It's
everything
different.
with the breath out that's not serving you.
Thank you very much. I'm
And
sorry
then
for
let's
that.
invite clarity,
Okay. Bye-bye.
the energy of love, nourishment, rejuvenation. Allow all things to coalesce into perfect form with all the health issues. Just allow the release of anything that's not serving you, because many times it's in negative emotions that keep us stuck and show up as symptoms, physical symptoms in the body. And I think even Eric, we can think about some of that too, where it's physical, but some of it is mental as well. And so just allow everything to move and just feel the energy moving and allow it. Just be open, nothing for you to do. It's simple. And just breathe in all the goodness from the heavens. Allow anything that's not serving you, if it doesn't want to go through the window and the doors around you, just allow that to go down the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own special crystal, where it will get grounded with Mother Earth, nurturing, healing, balancing, grounding energy, with the wisdom of the ages of the earth, and also the cleansing, the balancing energy that comes with being grounded on the earth, standing on the ground and just allowing. So breathe in all the goodness and then allow that beautifully cleansed Mother Earth energy to come back up through the other cord at the bottom of your foot. Join this beautiful heavenly energy that's circulating through you right now. And just breathe in and out. And just be one with yourself, tuning into your heart. And just realizing that everything that you want is within you and without, and it can be accessed by you focusing on what it is that you want, knowing that you deserve it, you are worthy of it, and that you have the inner strength within you. You just have to decide and allow that energy within you to percolate and grow once you are connected to who you are and to your truth and your wisdom that's within. Because everything really comes from within, even happiness comes from within. And then as you think about the things that are all going, moving, being created around you, within you, just know that you can figure it out, that it will all come together. As long as you get focused on what it is that you feel you want to create, more the sensing than the actual. Because if you allow it to flow, then your knowing will grab hold of what it is that you need to be doing. Because that's what you call intuition. Just allow. And allow all the fear, the doubts, all the annoyances to leave. Because once you get clear of all of that, then you can lay sight on what it is that you really want to have happen. Because there is hope for all of us. You just have to allow yourself to see that there are so many options out there, but we tell ourselves there are none. Anything can happen in the next minute, the next second, the next hour, the next day, the next week. Because there's so many moving parts, and if you're thinking about what it is that you want with all your heart, things can come to pass. Okay, so what is everyone noticing? Anything? Catherine?
What I love about this clearing, I was working against myself.
Mm.
I was thinking about my friend that's trying to get on. She's still trying to log in.
Oh.
And I sent her the link. And she wrote me, she's trying to get through the login. And she's still not on.
Mm.
And my mind was racing. And I was thinking, oh, what must she think of me? And this was something that she was coming to simply because she trusted me and I recommended. And I thought that it would be something that might be useful. And even though my mind was chatterboxing,
There she
having
is.
the opportunity to go through and listen to your words. And there were times I was opening up my eyes to check the messages. I was still able to feel peace. It's still there.
Thanks for sharing, Catherine. The other thing too is, even though Izzy wasn't here, she was still part of it. Because remember, everything is just energy and vibration. You had her in your heart, it gets transferred through to her as well. Because you cared enough to want her to be part of this. And that goes through the others. It really does. So I don't know if Izzy noticed anything, but that could be possible as well. It could be tomorrow that you notice something, or the day after that something gets better. It's not always immediate.
Right.
Which is why I'm encouraging, people to come back on to the next shows, because this is something that I really will get, because I need to be lining people up. So volunteers are welcome, because it's all about also frequency helps, because as you get sparkled, some things are taken care of at the root level. It just depends on whether within you they're ready to be released. some of it is not it's not necessarily a conscious decision. It's something that your whole soul has to be willing to let go. So you may consciously say, yes, I want to get rid of it, but somewhere down there's this program that was entered into your consciousness from a teacher, from a babysitter, from your nana, from somebody, and you have no idea it's there, and it's there. And that's why there's the child, are you a child, being the child in you, or are you being the adult? Is a child in you playing up, or is it you being an adult? And a lot of times when we're playing small, it's because a child in us we're back there, we don't even realize it is, and we need sometimes to be reminded that we're no longer a child and we are strong, we have resources. But when certain things happen, it pulls us back into feeling like we're helpless again as a child. So sparkle is the ability to almost get it's like a zap, the little doctor operator game that you used to have as kids years ago. Operation, yes. And you used to touch it and then the lights would go on. It's almost like that, right? You get the right thing and light it up, and then it's gone forever. But it's to find that spot or to find that thing. So, and some of them have interconnections. So if you get the one in the middle, then you didn't get the ones underneath it. But if you get the one at the bottom, then you get everything on top, right? So it's kind of like that. It's like peeling an onion and finding the layers of hope, as I call it. That's how I like to look at it. It's where we think things are solid. We think things that are stuck in our reality. We think that this is broken, it has to be broken. But if we can expand, as Eric said earlier on the call, if we can expand our feeling and our awareness of what we think is possible, then more things become probable. Yes.
Yeah, I think we need more time.
If you want to hang around for another, I'll say 10, 15 minutes, I'm willing to stick around. So
Same here.
Yeah, so Margaret, you have your hand up, and Pam, and Catherine, who wants to go first?
Well, I'll
Go ahead,
go.
Margaret. Pam.
I just wanted to say that I am in alignment with you that life is energy, and that energy is something that you can harness and direct. So I was present to in your sparkle that I'm directing energy to myself, to my health and well-being, to my body, to my mind, to my heart. And inside of that, I'm open to receive whatever the sparkle is flowing in my direction. So I was feeling it and I was resonating with it as I created the context that from this moment on, that I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to be well and I'm going to be pain-free. And stepping into that is very powerful. So that's what I wanted to share about the experience.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Pam. The other thing too is that a lot of times, and I'll say this from experience, I've had clients I've worked on, and when they get a result that's mind-blowing, they're going, well, I'm going to go check it with the doctor tomorrow. I'm going, wait a second, you just told me you couldn't move, you had pain, you couldn't even move anything because you had this pain shooting from the top of your neck all the way down to the floor, and you couldn't move. You'd have to be sitting straight, like without any kind of movement. And she had none of that after 45 minutes of me working on her, and she wanted to go see the chiropractor. And I said, why? And she thought about it. I said, if you want it right back, you can get it right back this next minute, because if you don't trust that somebody up there gave you a healing experience and a little miracle of your own, then you can have it back like that, because your brain can find all the reasons and all the feelings that you have been dealing with for so long because it's right there, right? Especially if you're in a lot of pain. And you can pull it right back into your psyche just by not accepting that you got a result that you cannot. You have no way of explaining it, but you got it. And so the people I've worked on, my clients who have kept it, one of them avoided surgery the next day for bursitis. And I think it's probably 10 years later, his arm has never hurt him again. And he could bend it where he was going to surgery so he could bend, he wouldn't have a straight arm. And he didn't question it. He just go, wow, wonderful. And he just accepted it. So what I'm saying is if you feel it, don't question, say, well, how did that happen? Like, am I imagining it? Catherine, yeah.
That was exactly what I was going to talk about. Great segue. When my shoulder was out and you were helping me, and it was the second time that my shoulder had dropped out of socket. And I know that Fizgig's shoulder has been difficult with her now. And mine had been over the course of years where it would rarely get knocked out of its socket at least once a year or more. And I would get told, well, it was looser. It was going, the more it slipped out, the easier it was for it to slip out. And Michele, you were there. Like, why are you telling yourself this? Why do you keep repeating it? And I was thinking, well, I'm not repeating it. The doctor's telling me this, the doctor being the authority of my body. Me giving all my power to the doctor to tell me how my body's going to be. And Michele sparkled me. And I could not lift my arm. I just, and you can't really see here, couldn't lift it up to here. It wouldn't go. But by the time that Michele sparkled me, it wasn't even that long of a sparkle. I could go straight up. And Michele asked me, just bring your arm up as far as you can comfortably go. And I went all the way up, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, I hope that stays. Why do you keep doing this, Catherine? You keep telling yourself that this is not going to stay. I want you to say, it is here. My arm is healed. My arms attachments, the tendons, the ligaments, they're healed, they're tight. Do you know, I don't even remember how long ago it was that she worked on my shoulder. My shoulder hasn't popped out. I used to be very careful about trying to pick things up because my shoulder could slip. It hasn't slipped since. And I would forget about it. I have really forgotten about it. And there's a huge difference in how I think. I know this is sort of rambling. I apologize. I don't really have words to explain the difference of pre-sparkle, post-sparkle. Other than that, my shoulder works fine. It doesn't hurt. And it feels like new factory parts. I guess that's about the only way to put it.
Well, the thing too is it also works on the brain that way. So in what I've noticed with people over the years I've been sparkling people is that probably higher percentage, probably 95% of people I work on, they may not notice physical things, but they notice emotional and mental things, such as, all of a sudden feeling like all their worries just went poof. It's just so cool. All of a sudden they're worried before and they're feeling so, tense and stressed and agitated. And then all of a sudden after this part, they're going, da 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 da. Oh, okay. I want to go outside and sit in the sun, you know? And it's really nice to see that happen. But the thing why I teach people, I have my program, is it's okay to, right after, to be able to go la da 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 da. But then what happens when all life happens again, when you step outside again and you have the same things, especially if you might be in a toxic environment, you have the same things coming at you. And then how do you stave that off? How do you stay in this la la nice, free and easy and with it and totally zen state? And so there's some things, if you can do it, if you learn nothing else today, is start to become more self-aware of yourself. Meaning, if you're feeling good and all of a sudden you don't feel good, it could be even pain too, because sometimes pains can be triggered by emotional things. So don't discount it and think, oh, it's just a pain. Think about when this happened to start to ache, what happened? Did I have an argument, or what was in and around and about that occurrence? Because what I'd like to do is leave everyone with hope from the show, that no matter what it is you're dealing with, no matter how impossible people tell you, this experts tell you that there's no solution, that if you have the will within you and you can light up your sparkle, that there is hope. Especially if you're willing to do the self-work, to really forgive yourself and to really be honest with yourself about who you are, and just accepting yourself for the beautiful person you are. Because we all beat up on ourselves, even me. I beat up on myself all the time. Eric knows. I go to Eric and say, why am I doing this? I can't help I'm not helping anybody. So I hope that today has been good for you. Margaret, you have a question? Yes? No?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, so I'm so happy you guys joined us for the inaugural show. I didn't give people a lot of notice, so not, 8 hours or whatever. So, but
Everything is divine. So here we are. All of us that's here right now, we're supposed to be here. So next time we'll see what else will show up. Spirit, recognize spirit. And as Buddha said, right? Wisdom, compassion, and letting go are three of the biggest attributes that he holds there. And if we keep things simple, we'll be on point. When we try to get it complicated, and it becomes confusing. It's like having your body and your mind and your spirit totally confused. You can't define which one is which, so you can't tell where the issue is coming from. You got to sort it out.
So the next Sparkle experience, unless I can line some up within the next 2 weeks, it will be a month from now. So that's how I'm gonna do it, because so if you know anyone, and as I said in the email, anybody is welcome to join. Like, you can invite anyone who you think is open and would like to see what is out there and learn what is possible, right? So, and then I will be putting this, I have to create a YouTube channel. I'm a bit behind the ball. It's not perfection, but it's getting things done. So I will set up a YouTube channel and also fix the sparkleexperience.com website. And then we'll go from there and see who else we can invite in. Because as I said, it's really about sharing. This is not, it's not for any other reason. Right? So And as Pam said, this is the brand. You see, this is my wearable art. So hopefully we'll be seeing it on stages soon. So Eric actually goes around in the Los Angeles area with his band. So you guys, there's three of you in that area, or two of you there.
Yeah, I live
So
in Northern California now.
okay. I thought
Cool.
you said you're trying to go back south.
I do. My intention is to relocate to Las Vegas, Nevada. But
Uh,
for right now, I'm
Okay.
in Northern California.
yeah.
And I congratulate you on your first show. I hope you wish you well, acknowledge you for what you've taken on. And I look forward to seeing your next show.
Thank you so
Nice to
much.
see you, Pam.
Nice to see you
Yes.
too, Margaret.
Blessings.
Yeah,
Long time no see. I've been dealing with my
yeah. And your hair is cut short.
I lost my hair during my health crisis. So I'm happy because I don't have to worry about it right now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And when it is short, then it is easier to take care of.
Exactly. Everything is easier right now.
Thank you so much.
So
It's
thank you
nice to
so
see you.
much. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on this inaugural show. And Eric, thanks so much for volunteering.
No
Nice.
worries. Love and blessings to all.
Thank you.
And
Bye,
Any
that's
other
everybody.
questions for Eric before we leave? No? Yes?
Okay.
And then I'll also be posting information on the special guests if they want their information posted as well on the on the YouTube channel. Huh?
is it Margot or Margaret?
Margaret.
Margaret.
Margaret, I like your backdrop.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Very, very, very serene.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I understand that you sing, am I right?
Yes, yes. If you go to YouTube, you can look up the Intent Reggae Band, or on Instagram it's intent_reggae. You'll find some clips and stuff over there.
Do you want to sing for us right now?
She's asking if I can sing for her right now. So here we go.
That's very good. You have very good voice.
Thank you so much.
Actually,
I love you.
Eric comes, as I said, from a family of singers and entertainers, and his daughters, you need to look them up. They are beautiful in Toronto.
Yeah,
They did a
Mystic,
cover. Yeah.
Mystic and Miranda. The music kind of run very deep in my family. I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of this reggae band from England called Steel Pulse. David Hines is my cousin. We have another singer, Alton Ellis from Jamaica. We got some DJs too. that one time, Don Topping in Jamaica, he's also a relative, and a cricketer, Courtney Walsh, is also a relative.
The
Well,
music
wonderful
courses
hearing you
through
sing.
your veins.
It does. And all of my children too.
You should
You know?
listen. You should send the link to that Bob Marley one they did. Remember the one I really loved? And
Oh
they
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
beautiful. You should see
If
these young.
you if you go on YouTube and look up Mystic and like MYSTICANDMIRANDA, so it's Mystic and Miranda, right? And look for the one that says No Woman No Cry and Never Mind by Adele. It's like a duo thing. Yeah, they're pretty serious singers.
I told him, I said, I don't believe, I couldn't believe how beautiful his daughters were.
What are you trying to say over there?
I'm just saying, they're just gorgeous. They're beautiful, just gorgeous.
Oh, no, they are. They keep me going. They keep me in line musically too, because it's like, Dad, let's go.
Okay, well, thank you all for
Thank
joining us.
you.
Have a
Thank
Yes.
you,
wonderful
Michelle.
Ciao.
Thank you,
welcome.
Eric.
Yes, yes. Namaste. Every day.
Love
Talk
to
to you
you
guys.
all.